think this is the first time we're streaming a party live on Foul Territory. Why not? The Players Trust Playmakers Classic at Retro in Mandalay Bay. Bunch of dudes that are pretty big, all tight together here near the bar. Scotty Braun, AJ Pierzynski, Erik Kratz, and right off the jump, we have the catchers fraternity. So I'm going to try and stay out of this as much as I can. Tyler Stephenson joining us right now. Yeah, I don't know how to block pitches. I can't do any of that shit. So all you guys, how you doing, man?
I'm good. It's a pleasure to be here, and I guess I'm the first one on here. So
You are. Well, we had guys on this morning bright and early, so kind of better to be here at this time.
It is.
Not bad to have meetings and hang out with fellow players in Vegas, right?
There could be worse things going right now. So
yeah,
it's good to be out here and just like a little change of scenery. Just get ready for the season. So
do you make new friends out here?
I think just from playing against so many guys, like during the season, you see them and you catch up, and it is good to like have conversations off the field, like when you're not competing against each other. So it is a lot of fun just to see guys.
Enemies is the
yeah.
Like
not here
exactly.
No, like in your division, you're not.
I'm sure there's
somebody in your division. You're like, I'm gonna get you next year.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some guys here that have punched my ticket. So I don't know if I've got anybody in the book though. So I need to. I need to do a little bit.
Anybody here you have in the book?
I need to do a better job of paying.
That shows you're a better player than me. Because I was eyeing everybody up. Like I'm on my phone. Like, oh, I didn't see Max Fried was here. Oh, I got a double. I got a double off too. And if I don't, that's the guy I'm coming up and being like, so Tyler, like, how you feeling? How you feeling? You get a little info, and be like, hey, he was hanging in end of November. Like, we know we got him.
We got him now.
He's good.
He's
step up.
He's an outlier. He's really good.
Whatever.
He's really good.
Doesn't matter.
Are you pumped to follow your phone all off season to see what the Reds bring to the table? Because we were pretty high on you last year.
Yeah.
Team did well. Obviously just missed.
Yes.
But high expectations heading into next season. And we know, I mean, Nick Krall has said they're going to do stuff.
Yeah. No, I think everybody, I feel like this time of the year, everybody's waiting, not only like for the teams, but just like, okay, we're like, where's Ohtani going? Everybody wants to know this. Like, but it will be interesting to see, obviously, what the organization does. We've got a lot of pieces in-house, so I feel like there's not a lot of moves that need to be made just with how well we did last year, and I think that caught a lot of people by surprise, and it came down to 161, which is crazy, and I think it just reiterates like everything going on in the season, like every game matters. So like I was telling him, like we go to Cincinnati right after this for our fan fest, so it's going to be fun to see who all shows up and just to see everybody again.
Dude, be honest, okay? Like, I get it. You're, like, playing the company man right now. Like, oh, we're good. Bullshit. You want a starting pitcher, too. You'd love a reliever. Every team wants that.
Yeah.
And as a catcher, you're like, man, I'd love to bring in a dude for some money that I can catch, call pitches for, and be, oh, this is our guy, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, so, yeah, listen, I get it. You're
every yeah. I mean, you're never going to – I did see there's, like, some rumors with Bieber and I think Glass now.
Yep.
And I think I've seen that cease. Rumors are rumors, but if you could have any three of those guys in your starting rotation, like you're going to take them for sure.
Yeah, because you want that upgrade.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. It's not like the trade deadline where it's like, oh, bro, we need some starting.
Yeah.
You come out in the media and you say we need starting pitching, and like your starting pitchers are like, bro, this guy's catching me tomorrow. Like he's trying to get me fired. Like right now, this is the exciting time, especially with like how much you guys have in the minor leagues.
It's a lot.
That isn't even in the big leagues yet. What if a scenario comes up where Tyler Glass now is available because they're talking about he's available, but you lose a guy like your veteran second baseman who has been rumored.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying it's a fit.
For sure.
But how do you balance that as a team that doesn't just have playoff aspirations?
Yeah.
You're freaking World Series aspirations.
For sure.
With the talent that you guys have up the middle. You got Short. You got to be a center fielder that should have been an all-star last year.
DJ.
Like, so
exactly.
Like, how do you balance that?
It's tough. I mean, I feel like with going through ARB now, like you understand the business side of baseball now. Me and India came up together. Like we debuted together. Like we've been a part of this journey. Like our first couple years with the Reds, like we're at the bottom of the bottom. Like we're the worst team in baseball a few years ago. I would hate to see him go, but at the end of the day, like it's not our decision. So I don't know.
It's not
tough.
your decision, but
Yeah.
how do you balance that? Like, have you texted Jonathan this offseason
a couple
at all?
times. Like, I know during the deadline last year, there's all these rumors of saying that he was like he might be coming, like getting traded and stuff. And it was tough, like just to see him what that he was doing to him mentally. Like,
That's
I don't know
what I
if
mean.
you guys been traded. Like,
Well, he went through it today. How many times have you been traded? I'd take his shoes off because he got a 10. And he's like,
yeah.
yeah, he
I mean,
lost
like,
track.
I guess to see all the rumors and stuff, it would be tough. Like, I don't know.
But how
like,
is it
it's
for you?
something.
Not answering for him. How is it for you? Like, that's your guy. Like,
It's weird.
it's
like,
one of your guys.
It's weird, but sadly, I feel like in the game we learned to accept it. Like, one of my best friends, Taylor Trammell, was drafted by the Reds.
Oh,
we
he's
went
here?
we
Yeah,
went to
I saw
high
him.
school. I think he'll be on later. Like, we went to high school less than a mile apart from each other, and then he gets traded, and we got Bauer. So just kind of have to accept it and move on. Sadly,
It's business. Do you feel good about David Bell and him sticking through the tough times, like having to get through? I mean, obviously the long losing streak. I remember I was with him at one point for manager meetings when I was calling a game during that stretch, and he looked like he was 10 years older, and then now it looks like he's kind of reversed it from last year. So is it cool to see a guy who, I think at the time people are, usually the scapegoat's like the manager, right?
yeah.
And I know a lot of you guys were like, yo, this dude, thank you. This dude is legit, right? Like, this is a really good
Yeah.
manager. We're just going through a bad time. We're a new, a younger team.
Transition.
Now
for
you
sure.
get to see him pop up for Manager of the Year award candidacy,
I think he 100% deserves it. And just, I feel like going into this year, like with how we ended last year, nobody knew what the season was going to turn out to be. Like, just from day one of spring training, it's like, hey, we're going to control the things we can control, and we're going to be ready for game one and see what this thing does. And everybody bought onto it, and it was awesome to see. And like, my first big league spring training was in 2019, and that's when the staff came in. So it's been cool to see, I guess, from the start to now where we're at, just how much has changed, and obviously the players too. Like, we've got some really talented players.
You guys had the best rookie class this year.
Yeah.
I don't think it was even close.
Yeah.
Most exciting.
Oh yeah.
Most exciting for sure.
Oh, listen, there's no bigger fan of
Oh.
LA. Oh, my God. This guy right
Was I
here.
right, though?
I mean,
You were okay.
yeah.
Tyler
he
knows.
was
Coming
exciting,
into the
but he was-
season, right? Because you pay attention to what people say and writers and all of that. Coming into the season, did anyone think the Reds were going to compete for the postseason besides people in the org?
Probably not.
Right.
I mean, I think ESPN had us as the projected worst team in baseball. So
They don't watch baseball.
No.
Don't. Yeah.
True.
Don't. He was talking about Bell. I want to talk about DJ. You don't really talk to the manager that much.
Deej.
One of my guys is DJ.
Oh yeah.
What is it like working with a pitching coach? Because we kind of hit on it a little bit on our show because we were able to get more in depth in the postseason about Brent Strom, about how Strom is. He made a huge adjustment for the Diamondbacks against the Phillies.
Is that the pitching? Is that the
That,
pitching?
I'm sorry, yeah, that's
Okay.
Diamondbacks
Okay.
pitching
Okay.
coach.
Okay.
He was with the Astros before when they won the series.
Okay.
And I think DJ is that guy. I had both of them as pitching coaches, and I think DJ is that guy. But for you, what is that relationship like? Have you yelled at him? And has he yelled at you?
He has yelled at me plenty of times.
Have you yelled back?
That's not me. I need to. Maybe this will be the year.
This is the year,
Um,
especially since you're going through ARB.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like walking through.
Just no. It's no. But just like when I first came up, like I sat behind Kirk Casale and Tucker Barnhart, and so Kurt had DJ at Vandy. He was his pitching coach, and we also had Sonny on the team. So it was the three-headed monster that they're all together.
Oh, we love Vanderbilt.
Oh
all
my
the
gosh!
stories.
Anchor
Save
down,
it.
all this.
Save it.
Kurt's a nerd.
Tim Corbin's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what just DJ just from the beginning has been welcoming in with huge arms and stuff, and for me to be especially a high school guy, like there's a lot I obviously didn't go to college and learn and all this stuff, so he's been huge with that.
High
Helped
school guys
me.
are better.
You're a high school guy?
Hell yeah, I'm a high school
perfect.
guy.
Perfect.
AJ Pierzynski, he played.
Perfect.
He
We don't
played a
need-
couple
we
years.
don't need-
I
We don't need
remember
that
you with
college.
Atlanta.
We don't need that
I
college
He
shit.
remember
he
you
was
in Atlanta. He was in
Atlanta.
high school.
He was in high school.
glory
He
days.
was in middle school.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
don't give him
Last
credit.
one, because Casey Mize is waiting. So fans want to know any thoughts about Joey, whether it's a story or just like bittersweet. Obviously, he's probably not going to be with you guys next year. Who knows what the
I've
hell
got a
he's
video
doing.
of him at my wedding dancing. So
When did you get married?
Good?
Yeah, I got it.
Like a recent? When was the wedding?
2 years ago.
Okay.
2 years ago.
Has this ever been shown to the public, or?
It hasn't. I sent it to him in my farewell text.
I mean, Joey's.
He's in the background. Yeah, I'm singing.
Oh, I see.
I see him.
Is he dancing by himself?
He is.
That's
on
incredible.
his own, like Callum Scott.
There might have been a few drinks consumed at the wedding, but
I love that.
Joey's obviously a dear friend of mine, and I hate that he's going to be gone, but he's a legend.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you appreciate the time you had.
Yeah.
You guys you had a lot of time with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's meant huge. Like Will Benson, who's here, like he changed the season around. Like he struggled early on, and he sat with Joey, and then he was one of the best hitters after that.
Perfect. We have him on tomorrow morning, so we'll ask Will about that.
Please, yeah.
Yeah.
And who's better at chess between the two of them?
Between Will and Joey.
Between Will and Joey, they're
Really?
both
Okay.
elite at chess.
Got it.
Elite.
Notes
Very,
taken.
it's head to head.
That's good. You can't
Dude.
get that stuff. You can't get that stuff anywhere else.
Yeah.
No, we'll get it
Awesome.
tomorrow morning from Will. We'll talk to him.
Got it.
Tyler, great to see you, dude.
Thank y'all.
Enjoy
Thank
the
you. Good
evening.
luck.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
swinging
Thank you.
by, man.
See you maybe soon.
Maybe if you're down there in
All
time.
right, we'll
Yeah,
be
for sure.
right back with
Thank
Casey Mize.
No doubt. Thanks for
from
having us on. There
the
you go.
Playmakers Classic at
I got you.
Mandalay Bay, baby.
Thank you.
We're gonna break.
Appreciate it. Let's go. Yeah, you good?
Yeah, awesome.
And that was quick. We're back. Next guest joining us, Casey Mize from the Tigers. How you doing, man?
Good. Yeah, good to be here.
You having fun? Who are you hanging out with here?
Yeah, we were playing some blackjack over there. I lost all my chips already. We were playing.
Brandon, hold up. You were 1-1, dude. You can't complain about losing a little money.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
It's,
it's not like you were like Erik Kratz was a 72nd rounder. Like I signed for $300. Dude, you're 1-1. Okay.
it still hurts when you lose money.
Yeah,
like,
come on,
man.
man. He
Like,
likes winning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No matter what, it still hurts. But no, I'm hanging out with a lot of these guys over there. Joe Ryan, Vinny Pascantino, Bryce Jarvis, a couple of guys in my agency. So yeah, it's good to see guys. That
So
you don't
all
see a lot.
Central guys? What's the deal with that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what
don't
it
know.
is.
Steel bar's right there. You should talk to him.
Caleb's a good buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, us Central guys sticking together. Tough to. I mean, I know we get a lot of hate in our division, so we got to stick together. So.
we throw shade on your division.
Yeah, but we throw shade in a positive way. Here's why. Because we'll go, for example, we just talked about your team, obviously, because you got Maeda.
Yep.
And we're like, Tigers can win the division next year. That division doesn't need a team that spends 5-6 years rebuilding. Like, in the AL East, it's crazy most years, right? So Baltimore took forever to get to now being a really good team. You don't necessarily have to do that. I know you guys have gone through ups and downs, but what do you think about the squad right now?
I mean, I think we're in a really good position to take a run at winning the division for sure. I think we're going to go into the season expecting to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we know, the Twins and Cleveland are going to be there, giving us fits for that we're going to expect that. But I feel really good about where we're at. We got obviously young guys who we feel like are coming into their own. Torque and Greeny and Kerry Carpenter, Tarek Scooble's a beast on the mound for us. Like, I think we're in a really good spot to have a really good year. And, the outlook in the next few years is really positive for us.
How are you feeling?
Good. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Rehab's finally over, and it's going to be a
Nice.
normal spring, so I can't wait. So I'm, when I get back, it'll be almost 2 years, and that's just too long. So I'm looking forward to getting back. Yeah.
You're going to have butterflies in spring training?
Probably.
Yeah.
Man. I haven't played forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get nervous. It doesn't matter. And then, obviously 2 years off, I'm definitely going to be nervous, but it's good nerves. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
You feel
that's
like you
awesome.
can step in and be a leader that, like, maybe you hoped you were the last 2 years while you've been rehabbing?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you guys know all about, like, leadership in the clubhouse, right? Where it's like, that's got to be earned in a lot of different ways. But I think on-field performance is probably, like, can be, like, one of the main things. So I need to earn that on field, for sure. We have guys that we can look up to and, be really positive. Those guys who really impact players on the field. And you have guys that don't necessarily have to do that. And I'll lead in areas where I can, but I'm not going to expect to come in and lead this group. We have tons of guys who are capable of doing that.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have AJ Hinch on. I think in 2 days.
Friday.
Friday.
Oh, nice.
What should we ask him to like maybe make fun of him or? We all know him for years too. You know, he's like a baseball media junkie. Like he watches like and listens to everything.
Yeah.
But what can we try and sneak by him that we might not know?
Ask him how his Stanford Cardinal football season went this year.
He's our college football expert.
Hold on. I was going to ask you, but I wasn't going to go there yet.
Why not?
Where
We don't have
were
to
you
bring
on
this up.
Saturday?
No.
Jalen Milroe, 4th and 31.
It's one of the worst moments of my life.
Where were you?
We were on the plane headed here.
Okay.
Alabama fan behind us going,
Wow.
like, dude, shut up.
In your ear?
Oh, yeah, right behind me. Me and my wife are just like, you kidding me? Like, so pissed off.
Seat back.
Yeah, exactly. So it was it was a great flight. That happens. I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude. I was in pieces, just disheveled.
So does that make up for the kick 6 because it was 10-year anniversary?
The kick 6 was better. There's no
Well,
doubt
of
about
course,
that.
because you're in Auburn. You went to Auburn, so
I
but
think any fan would say the kick 6 was better. I'm not going to let this try to tarnish that reputation.
Okay.
It was a bad loss. We were not a great team. Hung in there. Of course, I'd have loved
I mean,
to
you
win.
lose to New Mexico State last week, so I
It
mean,
sounds like a consolation prize, and I don't know any War Eagle that likes consolation prizes.
No, certainly not. But I think the recruits on campus might have liked what they saw. I'm just trying to take the wins. I take the wins where I can get them. I think they might have liked it. I don't know.
is Hugh Freeze the man?
Hugh Freeze is the man. You seen the recruiting classes? Oh yeah, he's the man.
Okay.
If he can coach from a hospital bed like he did a few years back, he's going to coach no matter what. No matter what. I believe in Hugh.
What else you do in the off season that you enjoy or like look forward to? You know, at the end of the year.
I don't know. Read a lot, ride a bike, get outside. I don't know. Boring stuff. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy,
I'm not a
yeah.
big golfer. I know
Okay.
like, all my buddies love to golf, and
It's okay.
yeah, I know but I'm just not into it. I don't
Trips? Do you try and plan usually something?
know. Yeah,
do
we
with the
do.
wife?
Just coming off the TJ, like we didn't plan anything really this year.
Right.
Just kind of the wedding circuit. You know, you guys know in the off season, tons of weddings, so we're doing that. So we got a big trip planned next year for Italy, but kind of laying low this year. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Everybody's falling in love.
Oh yeah. And you know all the weddings are in October, November, December. So
Yeah.
we're doing that circuit.
That's
right
fair.
now. Yeah.
That because they went good. Are you a good gift giver?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a go-to gift?
Not real. I mean, I
Cash,
don't think
no?
we picked one thing. It's
Cash?
For weddings?
No, come on,
Yeah,
man.
but he's
No,
going
no.
to big league weddings, dude. Those
Yeah,
guys
but
are
you're
like,
not looking for
What do
cash.
they give
That's
at
what
big
I'm
league
saying,
weddings?
big
The
league
ones I
weddings.
go to, most people want cash nowadays.
That's
really?
That's
I haven't done that.
inconsiderate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like doing that. I just go to the registry, sort high to low, pick one of the top few things, send it
Yeah,
over. You know,
there you
that's
go.
really what we
hopefully
do.
you're picking the high one.
That's what
Yeah,
he said.
that's
He
what I'm
sorts
saying.
high to low.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful. You're not getting.
You see, Kratz, he filters down to the low.
I go low. I go low to
Yeah.
high.
No,
And he's like, if I get like 3 spoons, that adds up to one place set.
I bet you AJ goes low to high and picks like 20 things and just sends
Yeah.
them like a bunch of little
Yeah,
things.
it's like
Tons
an
of
Amazon every day.
gifts. Tons of gifts. He's like, oh, look what AJ bought me. It's like $100
Another
worth
thing.
of spoons.
But you put it in a giant box,
Yeah.
and everyone, you walk in with a
Exactly.
giant box, everyone's like, man, what
No.
did he possibly buy?
Me? I'm gonna go. This is my homeliness. This is my Amishness.
Yeah.
Ice cream maker.
Oh, you'll get that even if it's not asked
tell
for?
me-
I thought you were going to say butter churner.
Even
but
if it's
that's
not
a whole
on there.
different thing.
Butter
I thought you were
churner.
going to say butter churner.
We ain't putting no butter churner on there. Ice cream maker, man. Like everybody likes ice
Pretty
cream.
good. Yeah, we got one of those this offseason actually, like
Stop.
a Ninja Creamy. Yeah, my wife's like making ice cream like every other
Stop.
night.
See?
Yeah, it's good.
There you go. Actually, so this is a random transition, but you acquired a foodie, Mark Hanna. Have you spoken to him yet?
Not
Are you
yet.
excited about that addition?
I am excited about that because I too, I mean, I'm not on his level, but I
Yeah.
like to bounce around and try out a few of the Michelin stars or whatnot around the city. So I look forward to hearing from Mike and getting his Mark and getting his recommendations. I know he's well versed on all that.
He
so.
posts about it. Do you follow? I think what is it? I think it's Instagram or Twitter. I can't remember, but
I
he
think
posts a
it's
lot of
Instagram,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I think
actually
it's Instagram. Yeah.
It's Instagram.
Yeah.
Kratz was talking earlier to one of our interviews earlier today. I think it was with Giolito or Josiah Gray. He's like, I want to be the guy that gives restaurant recommendations like in the clubhouse or something like that. Canada probably has that for every city at this
Yeah,
point.
for sure. So I'm looking forward to trying out some of his favorites because I know they'll be pretty good. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Plus, like, he's a pretty good player. Get on base,
Oh yeah,
the whole
that's,
deal.
that's probably more important. We're definitely excited about that.
Yeah.
You know, we think he's going to help our at-bat quality, like Scott, our president, said. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to having him a part of what we're doing.
Earlier we had Jackson Jobe on.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
nasty.
Talk to us about what, as a veteran, do you consider yourself a veteran?
No, absolutely not.
No.
No, R1. No, I mean,
But
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying
say that.
on your team.
We're
I
a
mean,
young
now,
team.
now that Maeda's on, like he's
we're
a
a young
grandpa.
team. We're a young team, and
We're a
I'm not
young
going to
team.
say veteran yet. But Jackson's very young. Yeah.
He's younger.
Yeah.
who are you most excited about that is going to help you guys make that push this year?
This year,
That push to win the Central. That push to then be like, okay, I'm stepping up. Who am I helping step up with me so that we're a beast in the playoffs?
Yeah, a couple of guys that kind of got overlooked. Reese Olson is a starter for us, and I'm really, really impressed with. And, you know, he was in the big leagues for the majority of last year. Nasty stuff. He's spinning stuff at 3,000, everything.
Yeah.
Like, he's just gross. So I think he's going to take a big step forward. Colt Keith is the guy we got in AAA right now that's going to come up, and I think he's going to really make an impact with his bat. And then obviously Colt Keith. Yeah.
Big league name.
Very big league name.
Dude, he's jacked too, big guy. But I think he's going to really help us. And then just the continued growth of Kerry Carpenter, Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson, Jake Rogers broke out for us this year.
Parker Meadows, end of last year, looked good, right?
So good, man. That guy can fly around center field. Like, I think he's going to take a step forward and improve on, you know, what a solid season he had. And he's a great defender. He's huge. I think he's going to be a really great player. So, if you look at our roster, I just think, you know, with the veteran leadership of who we have, and then you look at the guys who are at the big league level are really close that can take a step forward. Obviously, a lot of stuff has got to go right, but I think, you know, we have a lot of hope going into this year.
So my last thing is, you guys had the final season of Miggy just now, and I know you're going through rehab and everything, but did you get to spend time with him? And do you think that the clubhouse dynamic will change because he leaves? Like, it could change, obviously, in multiple ways, but it's going to be different, right? Like, he's a presence when he walks in the room.
Yeah.
He's not there anymore. And so maybe it switches things up in a good way and a bad way, you know?
Yeah, we're going to miss him. I'll say that. Like, I did my rehab in Detroit, so I was there through everything this year. So it was cool to be able to see those milestones and to kind of watch his career dwindle, like, wind down. But it was sad. It was like so bittersweet, you know, all of it. Like, just the way that, you know, when he walks in the room, you know, he lights up the room. Everybody just gets happier. So, like, that clubhouse dynamic, it's going to be tough to replace. And I don't know. That's one of the things we were talking about is that's going to be a different feel for us. Like, Miggy's been in this clubhouse for, I don't know, 14, 15 years. I don't know how long, forever.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be such a transition for us that we're going to have to work through. And it'll be exciting too, but we're certainly going to miss him. And he's the best. He was so good to everybody. So wish him the best in retirement. But yeah, we're certainly going to miss him.
Did you get him a retirement gift, or did he get you a gift for retiring?
He signed a couple stuff for me, so that's nice. Like the best gift he can give me. And then
money, he could have given you money.
Yeah, he could.
You
Yeah,
just said you don't give cash.
What
he's got plenty of money.
Just shot me down on that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I'm
Dinners.
okay with my signed stuff. Yeah,
Did you guys get any dinners with him this year?
Yeah, so when we were in San Francisco, Javi and Eddie rented out like a big restaurant, and we took all the staff and the players out, and we did like a toast to Miggy. You know,
nice.
That was his last road trip. So that was cool. We did a bunch of other stuff too, but that was the last memorable one where we were really toasting to Miggy all in one room together before we came home for the homestand, and the homestand was just crazy every day. So that was the last day. It was really just us, kind of.
We were just asking Josiah Gray today. It's like, who pays for the meals? Because, like, they only have Patrick Corbin on the team.
Yeah.
And, like, Pat, like, he can't just be paying for every meal. I know he's making, like, $25 million a year, but now that Miggy's gone, who's the guy that's going to step up? Javi
could, for sure.
But he's got to hang out with pitchers. You can't be an energetic.
Okay.
Scuba arbitration eligible yet?
Arborn this year, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to have to pay for Erod could have been one, but
Erod did last year. Erod paid for a lot of stuff last year.
Make Juan Nieves pay for something.
Juan,
yeah.
What is he doing there? He's the
bullpen coach. Best bullpen coach in the league,
no
baby.
idea.
I love Juan.
He told you about his no-hitter yet?
A couple times.
Okay.
Once or five.
Yeah. He's the best, man.
So beautiful. How could a bullpen catcher be that beautiful?
Bullpen coach. He's
bullpen coach. I'm sorry.
He is one of my favorite people in baseball.
Does he ever coach without his shirt on?
No, not Nene. No.
Okay.
No,
I gotta see. I don't remember. Is Juan Nieves like a model?
No, he's a left-handed pitcher.
Yep.
I understand that.
Hitter in Brewers history.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yep.
But you're like, why does he do stuff without his shirt on usually? Like, is that a thing?
He's probably jacked. I see him working out in there every day.
He works out a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He works out hard. Yeah. He was my bullpen coach in
He's
White
the best,
Sox,
man.
and then he was
all the guys
our
love
pitching
him.
coach in
One of my favorite people in baseball.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's very positive. Very positive. Very happy every day. Very
For
excited.
sure.
Good guy.
Yep.
You guys have a good coaching staff.
Great to see you.
Appreciate
Enjoy the
you
rest of
guys
the
having me.
event here. Thanks for swinging by. It was awesome to catch up. We'll catch you in spring training.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Enjoy the off season. Thank you, Casey.
Good luck, Mom.
Yep.
We will continue our coverage here. Many more conversations with players that are at Mandalay Bay here at the Playmakers Classic. We will be right back. See you, Casey.
They want to shorten the pitch clock more. And we're like, well, let's find other ways to do it. And one of the ways that was brought up was making the challenge system more like the NFL challenge system, which I think is going to continue to be talked about because I do think it's a good idea, where instead of guy slides in a second, he's called safe or he's called out, now it's like, hold on, let me look and see. That's 15, 20 seconds. Why don't we just do it like the NFL is, where you get until the next pitch is thrown to make your challenge. And if everything's all good, we don't have that like 20-second pause to wait for the guy on the phone to tell him, no, he's safe, or no, he's out. And so that happens, 7, 8 times a game between both sides. And it's about 15 to 20 seconds each. That's 2-3 minutes right there. So just little things like that, that, like I said, is from a player's perspective, we know what is kind of like a time killer and what is just going to have to be part of the game. And so we hope to continue to have like those discussions as to like, let us tell you where we think there's too much dead time. And then let's try to figure out how we can shave a couple minutes off each game, because you guys want quicker games. And fans do too. And like I said, nobody really disagrees with that. We're just trying to make it healthy and clean. And so that's our biggest fight.
And now, back to foul territory.
Luke Berryhill joining us right now, and he is a two-way threat, okay? So obviously in the minors right now with the Houston Astros and their system, but also just performed here at the party, which is pretty cool because you're like basically opening up for the Goo Goo Dolls, essentially.
Yeah.
So how you doing, man? Good to see you, and how was it up there?
It was fun, dude. It's always good being up on stage in front of the bright lights. So it was just an adrenaline rush. Yeah, pretty much like running out in front of the lights at a baseball game.
You did 4 songs.
I did, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And some of them are out already, so for people to be able to follow, they can hit up like Spotify and Apple and all that and find your music?
Yep, everywhere.
Okay, great.
Yep.
How did it all come about? Did you always know you wanted to be a singer and a baseball player? Was one a first love?
Baseball was definitely my first love. Back in high school, something came over me that I needed to start singing, and I just did it, and won the talent show my senior year, and ever since then, just been rolling. Learned guitar in college, and then 2 years ago, when I finished AA, I did a newspaper article with the local town, and that made its way to the desk of a publishing company in Nashville. And so they invited me up there to start writing with their professional writers, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Yeah.
I was going to say AA. What's AA for
Chattanooga?
Houston?
Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi.
Yep.
Okay.
Were you more nervous when you sing, or when you,
I'd say so.
or when you step in like to the back to the field?
Depends on the
And
situation.
the lights are
man.
on, like bottom of the ninth, game's on the line.
Yeah.
You step up there, you're like,
That's definitely more nerve-wracking, I'd say. Just a normal point in the game, you've done it 1,000 times. It's whatever. But then bottom of the ninth, the game's on you. That's definitely more nerve-wracking, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Okay, so give me the off-season regimen, goals for this coming season on the baseball side of things.
Yeah, so I recently started going to a place called Maven Baseball in Atlanta, and it's a new facility. They got all kind of technology and really good hitting coach, Tyler Krieger. He's been helping me a lot, pretty much just cleaning up my bat path and all that stuff. So trying to make some big swing changes, trying to stay in the gym, keep getting stronger, everything. Just come out swinging in spring training.
For what? Like, what are you trying to hit more dingers? I mean, you had 12, 60 stakes. Like,
dude, I've just more consistent barrels, man.
okay.
That's it. I got
too many strikeouts?
too many strikeouts, too many swings and miss. I walk a lot, so I mean I got
good.
a really good eye. I just can't always hit the ball all the time. So trying to clean up the bat or the path, and so put more in play.
And you feel like that's working for you? You feel like it's something that's like you just started because the offseason kind of is ramping up right now.
Yeah, it's definitely what we're doing is pretty much the complete opposite of how I've always hit, and so it's been frustrating some days. But once it starts clicking, like last week, it started clicking a little bit, and I can start feeling, I'm getting better pitches, better inside pitches, better, all kind of stuff. I'm excited.
Who's your favorite catcher? Who's your favorite catcher?
I don't know, man. It's kind of.
I'm like,
Is there anybody that you used to watch and be like, all right, I'm going to try and learn something from them?
I watched hundreds of his games.
see?
Yeah.
Whoa,
So
that's 2. Let's keep bringing these Atlanta
That's 2?
guys.
Who
Let's
was,
keep,
who was the other?
Stephenson.
Stephenson.
Oh yeah.
That's 2 now. see?
Stevenson was like, you were on the Braves for a minute.
Yeah,
That's cool.
exactly. Yeah.
So here's the real
Let's
question.
keep bringing in these Atlanta guys.
Can you name 2 of the other teams he played for besides the White Sox?
Well, and
Well,
we
you can't take away the White Sox. That was the one I was going to
Yeah,
get.
thank you. That's the one I won with. I mean,
That's the one he wants
Oh,
everybody
man.
to know.
He
he
just gave
played
you
for.
one.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's okay. You can think about it.
Did you play at you went to JUCO, didn't you?
no, I didn't.
No,
High school
but-
guy.
Huh.
I
There
was.
was a White Sox Pierzynski jersey at Chipola or something.
No, that's Flowers. Tyler Flowers.
Flower. Okay, my bad. Yeah,
Flowers.
yeah. Different
Now
brand.
he's thinking,
different
now
brand
he's
guy.
thinking Tyler Flowers was his favorite. And
No,
he's
he's
like,
like,
he feels really bad
First of all,
about
I
it.
love
Like,
Tyler
that's the
Flowers.
Braves
I
catcher.
played with the White Sox and the Braves. He has a head bigger than yours.
he's got a monster.
His head is like this big.
It's monstrous. He looks like Bruce Bochy.
So you went to South Carolina, right?
I did. Yep.
And you're from Atlanta. area?
Atlanta. Yep.
See, it makes so much sense now.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, Atlanta, South Carolina. I get it.
Yep.
So I don't care about bass. I know you guys want to talk about. I want to hear about singing, dude. Like, because a publishing company calls you.
Yeah.
You go and sit down with them. You write your own songs
I
and
do.
sing them.
Yep.
So have you ever sat down with someone, and written a song with I don't know.
someone famous.
Yeah, like
AJ is the king of name
No,
dropping.
I'm like a Morgan Wall and Kenny Chet, like someone that
All these guys
Yeah.
that I know.
which one
Yeah,
should?
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
they're all here. Which
uh,
one should he text?
No,
That's exactly what he wants. He's like,
Yeah.
I'll tell Morgan that you were
no,
here.
that's not what. No, I wanna know.
Honestly, yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like amazing.
Help me out.
No, because I'm always fascinated by it because I've been to Nashville a few times and I do have
Yep.
some friends that are in the business, and they're always how they explain to me how hard it is to get your songs out there.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to, and usually songwriters become the singers because they're like, well, shit, I can make money writing a song,
Mhm.
I can make money singing the song, I make money producing the song.
Yep.
So it's a natural progression, but I'm always fascinated by how you get your songs out there, how you get them to the right people, and how you get them on the radio.
I'm still figuring that out myself, honestly. What I've heard is just keep writing as many songs as you can, and eventually, one will start catching, and could make its way to Morgan Wallen's desk, and he likes it and puts it out there, and then now people are coming to me, hey, what else you got? That's how it kind of happens. You just get your name in there, the foot in the door, and then they start coming to you.
So if you're sitting at home, let's say you're sitting at home, you just wake up and you're like, God, I got to write this song down, because I have
happens.
none of that talent at all.
It happens sometimes. Your brain goes into another mode. I swear. When you're writing songs almost every day, your brain goes into another mode. I literally woke up at 2 a.m. with a song idea one time, wrote it down, wrote like a verse and part of the chorus, brought it into a write the next day, and we finished it. I mean, it's crazy the stuff that just happens sometimes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I used to write songs for the bus to sing
Okay.
and make fun of people that I would sing on the bus.
There you go.
So
Good channel that.
we have
do
a
little
lot.
positive.
We have a lot in common,
Yeah, except his songs are good.
and he can sing them,
Well,
and he can play
I
them.
was trying to give you a little credit.
No,
He's
No.
got fans watching too. So Chad said, Luke, tell him Chad and Keaton said what's up.
Oh, some Sugarland Space Cowboys guys. Yeah. Yep. Hey, what's going on, Chad?
How is it playing there?
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. The atmosphere is great.
I've heard it's good crowds there,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
They do a really good job. The stadium's nice. I don't want to talk too bad about the weather or whatever. It is hot. It is hot there, but I was talking about it statistically. It is the worst place to hit in all of pro baseball.
Is it
For the
really?
ball traveling.
Yes, the wind howls in from right. If you hit it down the left field line, that's the only shot it has of going out, unless
Really?
you crush it to right. Center field, I don't know if there's been a ball hit to center field in
That's
couple
why you're
years.
trying to work on getting more barrels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
hold the ball a little more. I was smoking 108s to right center, left and right, and they weren't going anywhere.
See, it's so funny. That's what
hang
he
with
says, though.
Yeah.
I was smoked at 108, but I didn't have my angle, my long
No,
chain
it
was
freaking
just
going into
perfect.
left field.
I know, it's just
Yeah.
funny that because like if you would have told me 25 years ago, 20 years ago when I was in AAA, then I'd be sitting here talking
Birmingham.
to a guy and he's like, I hit at 108. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like we barely had a radar gun in the stadium.
It's just different vernacular. Like, it's the
Oh,
same
I
thing.
know.
It's the same
You'd
thing.
be like,
as
I
you
hit a
saying-
piss missile.
Yeah, I
to
leaned
right
on
field
it.
and it didn't
Okay,
go
but
out.
I hit piss missiles to right center.
Yeah.
Same thing. Just weren't going anywhere. So.
Yeah.
Do you look
Okay.
at this free agency and say Shohei Ohtani? Oh my goodness, like he's doing nothing compared to what I'm doing. Like you're the antithesis of a two-way player. You are singing. Nobody sings.
He's a
and
dual
plays.
threat.
You're a dual
Dual
threat.
threat.
He is.
I definitely
Nobody does that.
I definitely don't look at Shohei and say he's doing nothing.
That was an interesting way to phrase it.
Because I'm gonna lean into this.
Yeah.
Stephen Vogt, new manager of the Cleveland Guardians.
Mhm.
That's how he got on the radar. He was a catcher, first base, DH in the minor leagues for the Rays.
Okay.
Joe Madden heard about, manager of the big leagues, heard about this Stephen Vogt guy, said he's like, does all these like gimmicks and games and, like impersonations. So they brought him
Right.
over to spring training, big league camp. And he's like, does his thing. So when you come over to big league camp,
Okay.
make sure you get on that mic
Oh heck yeah, dude.
and you give the guys, like maybe this offseason, write a song about somebody on the big league team, Altuve. And
Right.
it might make a
That's a good
appearance.
idea.
Bad
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I
so
like
this
that.
spring training, I actually played. Maldi asked me to sing a song for everybody in the locker room. Bregman, it was a Cody Johnson song. Bregman videoed it and sent it to Cody Johnson. And I was kind of hoping something would come out of that, but he replied and said, "Hey, it sounded good. I like it."
All right,
So,
we're going to
it's
keep
better
working
than
on that.
nothing. Yeah,
We're going to find someone else.
So, Cody, if
But-
you're listening, I'd love to meet you.
yeah, exactly. There you go. And if not, we're going to
Good
find
luck.
someone
Thank
else
you, guys.
famous to
Appreciate
say
it.
hi. But
Good luck, bro.
Luke, thanks
Coming
for
on.
swinging by.
You bet.
Appreciate
Yeah.
you, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll be right back with Max Fried. What can the game do, even from like a younger pitcher standpoint, like developing pitchers, to try and adjust to this? Like, is there a way that, pitchers should now be preparing themselves for the future to not get hurt? Because, yeah, the guys that have been in the game for a while, we're going to have Max on, I think, next week, and obviously he's going to be pissed too. But do you think there's anything we can do going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to change how guys train. It's changed how I'm training this offseason. A lot more cardio involved, a lot more, sprint work, that kind of stuff to try and get your body to recover faster, obviously, in that basically 10 to 12 second window. Everyone likes to think of it as it's 15 seconds and it's 20 seconds, and it's really not, because you're delivering the pitch, you're getting the ball back, you're getting back on top of the mound, you're losing a couple seconds there to really have time to take a breath and get your feet back underneath you. It's really only 7 or 8 seconds. So when you look at it, you look at Olympic sprinters and stuff that are sprinting those short distances. They're not going sprint after sprint after sprint. They're getting time to get their breath, let their muscles recover. So obviously it's a little bit different, but being a pitcher, it's an explosive movement over and over and over again. So taking time away for us to get that extra breather, I think it's going to cause more problems than it is going to help to try to cut off another minute or two of a game. I think MLB is maybe going a little bit too far with this, and I agree with Todd. It should be the other way. You should be adding a couple seconds without guys on base, because 15 seconds is really short. But like you say, there's 4 of us in the competition committee that we have some pretty good names on there, you're advocating against it. But yeah, when you got 6 owners on there, you kind of are outnumbered.
And now, back to foul territory.
All that stuff.
Yeah. FT Live is back, special edition Playmakers Classic party, and our next guest is Max Fried of the Atlanta Braves. Max, great to see you, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to be with you guys.
Yeah, great to see you, dude. Is it nice to be at an event like this where you can just kind of relax, hang out with some fellow big leaguers? And obviously, yes, we know you got your boys from high school here. Both of them. We spoke to Lucas this morning. We'll probably grab Jack later. So was that coordinated?
Yeah, we're all involved in the union. I'm the I'm the player up for the Braves. Lucas was the player up for the White Sox when he was there, and then Jack's very involved as well. Just especially with the stuff going on with the lockout, just seemed natural to be here and be involved, and I just kind of wanted to I wanted to know what's going on firsthand more than anything.
And also to pay it forward, right, for the next group that's coming in, because whatever, you're young as hell, but you're a veteran now, right? So
absolutely.
You're sitting in some of these meetings probably, and you're looking around, and you're like, there's 22, 23-year-olds, right?
Yeah, it's a little different. When I think this is like my third meeting, so to look around, and my first one, I was definitely one of the younger guys, and and this one specifically, I've got a little bit. I'm on the higher end of service time, so it's a little weird how in a couple of years it's kind of shifted.
You're so old now, by the way.
Yeah,
you're so old. I remember. Okay, so I was on the Braves when we traded for you. Okay.
Yep.
And I was like, we traded for a guy that just had Tommy. What the fuck are we doing, right?
Yep.
And they're like, John Hart and John Coppolello are like, just wait till you see this guy healthy. And then, boom, here he is, Max Fried, Mr. Nasty curveball, playoff legend in Atlanta. I mean, they were right.
I'm very fortunate to have a bunch of people that wanted to take just at least just take a chance on me when you're hurt, when you're an A-ball and you're 19, 20 years old, and the team wants to make a trade for you and really believe in you. It just kind of injects a lot of confidence, and I couldn't be happier to be a Brave and have that turn out the way it did.
Who was the guy that got you to be involved with the union stuff? Because some guys, especially superstars, sometimes they're just like, I'm just going to slink into the background and like, whatever, I'm not going to do nothing. Like, was there a guy that you started playing with when you first came up that was like, you need to get involved with this?
Tyler Flowers was our player rep when I first came up.
Second Tyler Flowers reference of
wow.
our day.
Really?
And within 5 minutes of each other.
Okay.
So we have two AJ Pierzynski references and two Tyler Flowers references. So it's a race.
Flo is the man. But during kind of like I said, I got my first taste during the pandemic. I kind of wanted to understand what was going on, and I was able to jump on some of the player calls, and Flo's last year was 2020, and after he was done, because of my interest in being in the calls, kind of just said, I think you'd be really good for this, and kind of just handed it off to me, and I was the player up and kind of have been since. So, yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
That's how it works, though. That's kind of how, like,
it's always how it works.
Well, it's either it's an older guy that's a veteran that's been through the battles, or a lot of times teams like, oh, we got to have this vote for a player rep. Oh, we're going to pick the rookie. But it's always a rookie
who's still going to be here.
Yes, it's a rookie that's going to – they're not like, oh, it's a guy that's going to be here for a month. It's always a guy we have faith in that's going to stick around and carry it over to the next generation. So in order for them to do that to you, that means something.
Yeah, no, I definitely took a sense of responsibility with it, but more than anything, it was just – I remember my first year as the player up. There was an instance where we had to make a call on a rain delay or something like that, on if we wanted to cancel the game or delay it. And I remember them asking me to make that call, or like calling me for that information. I'm sitting there being like, I don't know what to do. So I'm like going around trying to pull a bunch of different guys, and just being able to have some good veterans that I was able to lean on as well, that I didn't feel like I had to have it all on my shoulders. It was nice to kind of take on that responsibility, but definitely I don't think I was all that ready for it at the beginning.
All right, so I'm going to get a fan question in here. Obviously, they're asking, like, what's your thoughts on that big free agent that's hanging around named Shohei Ohtani? And you think the Braves have a chance of landing someone like him? And what would be your recruiting pitch to him, or any free agent right now, with what you guys have going on in Atlanta? And the continuity, too, with how many guys are there for the long term.
I mean, first with Shohei, he's an unbelievable player, unbelievable talent. I think any team in baseball would love to have him on their side. When he's healthy, he's one of the most electric pitchers, and with the bat, he's out there hitting 40, 50 homers and winning MVPs. He's able to change the game. So, I mean, with that, he's an unbelievable player. For guys that want to come to Atlanta, it's a really great environment. The team, it's really great chemistry from kind of the top to the last guy, everyone kind of understands their role. There's a lot of fun being had, but you also know that we're there to work and we're there to win games. And above all else, that's what we want to do. We come in every day expecting to win, and if you want to win, it's a good place to be.
So we had Lucas on earlier. I congratulated him on becoming an Atlanta Brave because he has to go everywhere with Lopez.
Yep.
So
Ronaldo.
he was like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Lopez signed there." So guess what? Lucas, congratulations. Because he's been with them since he said Gulf Coast League.
Yep,
18.
Literally.
Yeah. He's 18.
Yeah, I mean, just with Lucas' relationship with me, I've known Ronaldo for a long time. Just talking to him, I think they had surgery or rehabbing together even way back in the day. So it's,
chain link fields.
Yeah, and that's I'm really excited to see Ronaldo. And I mean, I haven't seen him live, and the first time I did was when he was with the Angels, and he had a 2-inning save against us, and he sat like 99 to 101, and it was just electric. Had a wipeout slider.
A little bit,
you don't hate having that coming in behind you, especially if you're a starter. So, no, I'm really, really happy for him and really excited to finally be his teammate.
You were talking about like the environment that you guys have.
Yeah.
You guys win 6 straight divisions.
Yeah.
Who creates that environment? Freddie's gone. They bring in Olsen. Acuna's a right fielder that does, he's the MVP. Who creates that environment? And you can't say, well, everybody's their own leader and stuff, because you guys have something that if I was a free agent, if AJ was a free agent, you'd be like, I would take less to go there, or I want to go there. Like, hey, have the Braves called? Like, I want to go there because guys want to win.
No,
Who
absolutely.
creates that environment?
I think it's from the very beginning when I first came up, 17 at the tail end. We were a losing team, had a losing record.
Tell me about it. I was there in 15 and 16.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about you crying. I don't want to hear about crying about 17. By the time 17 came around, you guys were a damn playoff team almost.
Yeah. 18 came, and I think that was the first year I was really up and down from the beginning, and I got a little bit of a taste of it, but it kind of all started with Freddie and Nick Markakis. Those were two guys that prided themselves on playing every single day. They weren't going to take a day off. They were going to play 162 no matter what. They were going to play through injuries, and it didn't matter how they did that day as long as we won the game. They could go 0 for 4, but if we won, they were okay, and we knew that was the goal. And I think when you have a bunch of veteran leaders that prioritize winning over everything, over individual performance, it kind of gets ingrained with the younger players, and then the younger players start to bring on or kind of take that on as their personality. And then once they kind of grow, and it kind of just breeds a winning culture. And then Freddie and Nick were gone, and it was Dansby was still left over, and there was still a lot of really, really good players. Austin came up through that. He was a part of that. And I think there's just a really good culture from the top down where, Alex really prides himself on getting great clubhouse guys, and guys are going to buy in and fit in. And then Snit at the helm he's just a very calm, he's a perfect manager for it. He's going to let you be you. He's not going to make you be anything that you're not, and he's going to give you the comfort to be yourself and be the best player that you can be. And I mean, you guys know if you're out there trying to search for who you are, you're not going to have much success. But if you go out there and are just authentically yourself, that's when you're going to perform the best of your ability.
So you better mention Snicker.
No,
he's going to see this. He's going to call you. And be like, "Hey, Max, you might be the game 1 starter, but we're now going to move you to game 2 because you didn't mention my name in your interview."
Snit he's unbelievable. He's the same guy every single day. Whether we have a little bit of a skid or we're winning, he doesn't change. And I think having a guy that's at the top that you can look to know that is consistent, it kind of just sets the tone as well for all of that.
Do you think managers are underrated? Like the big story for the first 2 weeks of the offseason was Craig Counsell actually becoming a free agent and saying, hey, a team values me more than the current offer I'm getting. I'm going to go over there and make double money. And he was pretty vocal about how that was important to him. And a lot of people in the industry are like, manager salaries kept going down. Like dudes in the 90s were making more, like the star managers. So do you feel like that should be the case again?
No, I think managers are extremely important. They're essentially the captain of the ship. They're making the calls in game to be able to, whether it's matchups or bullpen pieces or lineups and stuff to that extent. So it's on a day-to-day as also someone as a player to be able to have a really good relationship with that, with that guy, with your manager. I think it's invaluable. It's hard to quantify it, but when you have a really, really good guy that you really love to play for, it's just something about it that really, kind of just sparks a team.
All right, so here's my last one and my favorite one, and it's relevant for you because you're here and you're now part of, a big part of the union for years.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hand you role as commissioner for the day. You can do anything. It could be rules. It could be business. Just anything. It could be a pet peeve that you don't like in the game. It could be something you love in the game that you want to do more of or see more of. Examples have been all over the place. Like Scherzer last week, of course, is talking pitch clock and saying how he feels like there's problems there that need to be addressed with the players. Then you have like Josiah Gray this morning, who's more on the business side, being like, we need to do more documentaries on players, right? Hard Knocks kind of MLB style. So just for some examples, what do you got?
No, I think that's an interesting point. I think you see a lot of, to Josiah's point, there's a lot of other sports and different entities that have really gone a little bit behind the scenes and kind of pulled the curtain back on what it's like on a day-to-day. The F1 Drive to Survive is extremely popular, and I'm blanking on the name, but the PGA Tour one that came out was extremely popular too.
Stroke something.
I can't.
It was the PGA version of the F1. I've seen it.
But would you? Okay, I get what you're saying. Like you want more access, but would you want a camera following you around on your start day? See, this is where it gets kind of tricky.
Not talking to you.
No, yeah,
but like everywhere you go, they're like, okay, from the time you wake up, say you could say, all right, I'm going to wake up at 9 o'clock, and there's going to be a camera there. Not watching you get out of bed, but when you get up, you get your breakfast, and they're there, and then they follow your drive, and then they follow your routine.
Not every day.
I'm just talking start day. Would you be okay with that? Because a lot of players will say, well, I don't really want them to know, and it would distract me.
No, of course, and I think that me personally, I guess I would be a little on the fence. I'm not the most out there with media and social media and that kind of stuff.
Are you a happy start day guy or a pissed off start day?
Have you seen him on the mound?
I've realized that I was the guy that tried to from the time that I woke up or the time that I got to the field, I was locked in, and I realized that it was almost causing me more anxiety and building it up too much for myself, that I had to learn to chill out a little bit. So I will try to be as normal as I possibly can up until my routine. When my routine starts of when I'm ready to go, that's when I turn it on and I say okay, it's ready to, it's time to go. It's time to get ready, locked in, but it's closer to game time.
No doubt. And that's so you'd want to do more. You'd want to do more appearances. You'd be.
I think that there's a benefit to it. There's definitely a benefit to the ability to grow the game and
yourself,
of course.
Because you're well spoken. You make eye contact. You're a superstar. You're a guy that is in the Cy Young voting at the beginning of the season every year. To me, if you don't put yourself out there, that's value out of your pocket, especially coming to free agency. Mm-hmm. Whether it's staying in Atlanta or not, it's going to another team and selling this dude, he sounds like a gamer. Now I watch this doc about Max Fried. He is a gamer, all that stuff. I think that stuff is awesome, and I think embracing that would be cool.
I think there's obviously you want to conceal some of your trade secrets. You don't want to give up everything.
No doubt.
So I think there's a fine line of being able to balance that back and forth.
No doubt,
for sure.
I like that though.
A little bit off topic though, real quick.
Yeah.
Do you remember
my double off of you?
Yep.
Yeah.
A little hook barrel down the line.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, he struck me out on a ball, backdoor curveball ball.
And he was waiting for it.
It was a ball. And then I was like, well, it's not going to happen again. Well, I mean, the umpire called it a strike, but it was a ball. He knows.
He remembers.
He knows.
I remember it. I remember it.
Because it was a double that they ended up losing. We beat them.
What year is this?
18? No. 20.
20.
It was
COVID.
COVID.
Yep. It was
Yeah.
So you play as long as you can, so I can tell my kids I got a double off of that guy.
Sounds good.
You and Ian Anderson. I got 2 dingers off of Ian Anderson.
Right.
Oh, shit.
So
And he had a really good
That was when
debut
he
that game.
that was when no, not that game.
Not that game.
Not
When
that
he
game.
was in. Was
in
it
the bushes.
Oh,
In the-
oh,
in
in
the
the
bushes.
bushes.
Okay.
No, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I
Does
was
it count
gonna
for
say
me?
he made
Yeah,
his debut
yeah.
then
Those
and
don't
like
even
went
count, bro.
on
He
Shuddy.
dealt on
Bushes,
us.
homers, no
Yeah.
But I
count.
wasn't in the lineup, and the Yankees.
Okay.
The Yankees were like, "Why didn't we have you in the lineup?" Anyway,
That's a good way to finish. Hey, great to see you. Thanks for swinging by, Max.
Great to see you.
Enjoy the rest of the trip in Vegas.
hopefully
Don't forget with us on FT Live. Look at the party going on right now. That's actually right beforehand.
Thanks, Max. Good
You're
luck.
We're
awesome,
going to
bro.
bring
Thank
on
you.
Amir Garrett
good luck.
coming up in
Dude, him
like
and Lucas talk very
45
similar.
seconds or so. Excited to talk to him.
Slow.
That's
He's
what
been
I'm
an
saying, but
FT
it's so
fan.
similar. It's
You know,
like,
you guys, your mic's
almost
open
like
right
Baker
now.
Mayfield.
We're
They
live.
can hear us.
We're live.
Fine.
I'm just letting you know, like people
Like they
are
have that,
listening
like,
and want
they
you
have
to
that,
say
like,
hi.
cool Cali.
This is your one
Hi,
opportunity
people.
to say hi to the world
Who am I saying hi
because
to?
we're not going to break. We're just
Everybody
talking
in
to
the
Amir
club.
Garrett coming up, who I will warn you guys is a fan. He follows, he likes our stuff on
Who's
socials.
that?
Amir Garrett.
Oh. Yeah,
Amir is a
he'll
fan.
kick your ass if you say something.
Obviously,
He's
he will
not- he's
kick
not
your
kicking
ass.
Nobody.
He'll fight the whole team.
He ain't kicking nobody.
But we're excited to talk to Amir. Remember, we had that moment.
How you think, kid?
How you doing? Good to see you.
What's up? We're going to mic him up in just a second as we check out some shots
That's a
from
baller there.
the Playmakers Classic here in Las
Hey.
Vegas at Mandalay Bay.
Get a little bit. You get a blade.
Hold up and get ready to see
You're not about that?
the ice that Amir's bringing to the table here,
It's
too.
okay.
And
One day
also
you
for
will.
anyone that's been in the FT chat the whole
That's what I'm
time,
saying. That shit hurts when I've been involved for more than 2
let
years.
us know
You just
any
didn't have
questions
friends
that you
telling
have
were
for
involved.
Amir.
Sorry. That's what I found out.
I was
And we'll
right
ask
here
him.
in the middle part. It was going. I said, "Dang."
And we're good to go.
Okay, all right. All
Ready?
right. I like the ball look though.
And we're up. Let's do this. Amir Garrett with us right now, who I told these guys, I think, you tell me, is a fan of what we're doing, of FT Live. Are you following Foul Territory? I've seen you interact a couple times with some clips.
I always do. I
Hell yeah.
I follow along with you guys. I
got it.
think it's great what you guys are doing. It's so awesome just because like you guys are players and it's like the insight you guys give to people. Like, you know, I think the common fan needs that because they don't understand like what goes on in the clubhouse and stuff like that. But you guys do it to it where it's like it's not too much, but like you guys really know the real, and then but you're explaining where they could get some insight, but not too much. So I appreciate the whole show and everything.
Thank you. That when shit goes down in the league, right? The problem in my mind was we need players to just openly speak about what's going on,
Yeah.
whether it's just cool insight for fans or just tell me what's really happening. Like, for example, today, these guys got really into it on playoff shares and how those meetings go and how heated it gets and, like, how the distribution goes. And people are into that, right? We
Yeah.
don't get those conversations, like, anywhere.
I seen. He said it was pretty heated. I only one time with the Reds 2020.
Yep.
And that stuff gets heated. Like it's like
Right?
okay, I'm like one player's like, oh, this person helps me out every single day. And if you're not a big time guy, but you're a stud, you're like, oh, we need to give them a full share. I'm like, no, I never seen them like before in my life. I'm like, but they help me every day, and I'm a rookie, and you're a stud, but you got the big guy. Be like, nah, they're not getting a full share. And you're like, damn, sorry, I tried. You know what I mean?
Joey Votto was like, no, I need more money. So we're not giving him a share. I need more money.
Joey was actually really fair about it. Like Joey's an understanding.
through it,
He's an
yeah.
understanding guy, bro. So it's like one of my best friends still to this day. Like he's very understanding. So messing with him wasn't with the shares wasn't too bad.
So what's the deal with Joey? Is he going to play? If he does, where is he going to go? Well, he hasn't said anything yet,
I
right?
don't know. I mean, I think Joey can play 2-3 more years.
I think he should.
He's the only player I've ever seen. How Joey's 39, maybe pushing 40 or whatever.
Yeah.
He still works like he's a rookie. He goes out there every single day, works hard, and it's valuable for a clubhouse. So when the Reds didn't, pick up his option or whatever, I'm like, dang, that's really going to hurt them because like that, just him being in there, I already know how he is. So he's like, oh, we got a young team now. And like, it's very, very cool. Like I want to be a part of this. So when they let him go, that was, I felt bad for him, but I know Joey.
You feel bad for him?
I mean,
I'm like,
no,
he's made like $250 million.
Yeah, but money aside.
Money
Money
aside,
aside,
because he's a guy. He's a guy that should finish his career. as a
yeah,
vet,
he
right?
should.
Yeah.
That's all you know at Cincinnati. You know
Yeah.
Joey Votto, but for that young team, like that's really good for the young team. But
It's valuable.
Obviously, front offices don't like being a good teammate or whatever. It doesn't play into their analytics and stuff like that. So it is what it is.
Who was that? Right. Who was that guy for you? Who was that guy for like you? I mean, when you were on the Reds, you were young. You were a young pitcher.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I immediately was close with Joey, Bronson Arroyo, Scott Feldman. Like those guys, like took
Feldman.
Those. Like it's funny because I would walk in, I'm like, okay, like just strike out 3, and you're feeling yourself. And Bronson would always put everybody, like he'd bring everybody down to earth. Damn. All right, so like I got it right away. Like no guys wouldn't mess with me because I'm like, you couldn't mess with me because I'm like, hey, I got beers already. Like before you even told me or whatever. Like
so you were a good rookie.
I was a great rookie.
Great rookie.
Great rookie. Great rookie.
We haven't even gotten into that.
I was a great rookie, but still to this day, like I'll have rookie classes. I'm like, yo, listen, like this is what you guys need to do, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it with you. You know what I mean? And what better to show somebody than to teach them than to show them. So that's just my MO. That's what I would do things. But Bronson taught me that though, so he would do that. And he would dress
an
up.
old Little League teammate of mine would teach all these rookies this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure he learned it all from you.
Oh, man. Taught him well back when we were 12.
See?
You hit a dinger off him.
Yeah, when I was 11. First one I ever hit over the fence.
He's the guy. Bronson Arroyo, this is completely off the topic, but I am so glad the league did not say, hey, everybody needs to pitch like Bronson Arroyo, because I would have been out of the game way longer. But the league was like, everybody throw as hard as you can. Who cares where it goes? I was like, all right, cool, fastball.
And then Bronson, when I came up to him, he was like, yeah, all you guys throw 95 plus. He's like, I'm going to be throwing poop soup up there. Getting paid the same amount as you guys, and I'm still in the show. I'm like, damn.
By the way, he's had that same leg kick since he was literally 10 years old.
I remember. That's crazy.
I
don't even know how he does that. Bronson's one of a kind, man. He's different.
All right, so another former teammate. I want to make sure I don't forget to mention this, because this is the other side of the story that was told when we brought on Michael Lorenzen. Some of the strongest dudes in baseball. Obviously, you're one of them. So give us your side of whatever you want to call it, like the battle royale.
So I seen he was talking about that, and he was talking about the little wrestling match we had. So me and Michael are good friends. We're very competitive. Like, when we'd come up, he would strike out 2. I'd be like, I'm about to strike out 3 or whatever. We're battery mates. So one day he comes out there. Mike is like, just flexing. I'm like, Michael. I'm looking at him, and we're just going back and forth. He's like, dude, I'd wear you out. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. We're playing. Let's do it. So Mike does UFC training and all that. Right. So I think I just got lucky because Michael's a big dude.
Yeah.
But he tried to grab me and do a UFC move, and he didn't know I do some of that stuff too. You know what I'm saying? I do. I got some stuff up my sleeve. So he went to go take me down, and I reversed it, and I got him on the ground, and he's like, dang. It stopped. Right? I'm like, oh, we're good. We got stretched. We're good. I won. So he's like, and when he said he was domed up, he was domed up because I would mess him. I was like, oh, and Jared Hughes, and them like, oh, Amir just he was like, he just took you down that easy. And Mike was hot about it. He was mad about it. And I was like, Mike, we're just playing, whatever, but just joking, making light of the situation. But I knew after that day, Mike was he was like, all right, I gotta get back in my zone. Yeah.
You were in there.
I was. He's like, I gotta get back in my zone, you know what I mean? And I can't let this happen no more. And I didn't mess with him after that no more. I didn't want to lose. So I won, and I was like, I'm not going again. That's it.
Get out.
No more.
That's it. Yeah. Was this before or after your other incident?
What was the other?
I think it was before.
You're saying when he
and then Lorenzen saw that.
Yeah, Lorenzen's like, I ain't messing with that dude.
Yeah.
I need the whole team to back me up.
Amir versus the world, baby.
Well, I tell you what, Michael, I would take him anywhere, bro. I would take him. Michael's gonna be right there by me. I'll tell you that much.
We've had him on multiple times. He seems great.
Awesome. Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah.
So this is my Amir Garrett story. We're playing the Brewers. I'm on the Brewers. We're playing the Reds. Joey Votto, he was arguing a call.
So why don't you slide?
That's a good song. What a great song. You don't know who the Goo Goo Dolls are, you?
I do. My wife does. She had to put me on game.
Okay.
She had to put me on game, but
a little Spotify. Yeah. She ruined your Spotify rap.
She had to put me on there, though.
But no, so me and Votto get into it at the plate. We're just jawing back and forth. Nothing happens. Everyone comes in. I come up later in the game, get walked. I go to first base. They bunt me over. They bring Amir Garrett in. They're winning by a run to face his nemesis. Do you know who your nemesis is?
It would be
Say it. Left-handed hitter. They always brought him in. Bigger muscles than you. Eric James has like 3 dingers off of you.
He had like 5, bro. That's the only lucky I could never get out of my life.
No way.
At this time, he had like 2 dingers off him. 2. So anyway, so he warms up, and this is when like you were kind of like transitioning to be the closer.
Yeah.
Like you were like lights out. And he's like huffing, puffing. He turns around, and he looks up at me at second base. He goes, F you. At second base, I was like, what did I do? 2 pitches later, digger. I was like, you're like, F you. You're running around there like, F you. I was getting around third base as quick as I could. I seen what he did.
I said, damn. Hey, Thames, though, like, that's a guy, I threw everything at him. I struck him out 1 time. And I'm just like, he just sees me good. Sometimes you just got to be like, hey, tip your cap to him because I threw everything. Slider, I had a change up, fastball, up and in, up and away, everything. Boop, boop, boop. It's funny because when DJ came over, I faced Thames, right?
Derek Johnson.
Yeah. I faced Thames. He hit a single, and I came back in. He's like, at least it wasn't a homer. I said, you're right. Yeah, at least it wasn't a homer.
Success.
I was like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
We're good. He didn't
You can
round
strike
it.
out the rest.
Yeah, just strike out. That's what I heard great Maddox say about Barry Bonds. He was like, it was easy to pitch to him. If there was nobody on base, he pitched, or whatever. He was on base, you just walk him.
Yep.
Whatever. I said, at this moment, I would just be like, hey, man, just take first. Because that guy had my number all the time. Like, this is, you guys, sometimes they just have your number. You just don't know why. It just happens.
I think he's
put him on. You know where he's at.
Yeah.
That way he's only on first. He ain't trotting around. He ain't touching all 4 pillows. He's only at first.
and I think he's back overseas playing, right?
No, he's not playing. He's
Now he's not playing. He's done.
watching.
He's like checking the waiver wire. Nobody paid him.
That's the only guy, like him.
Yep.
Hey, salute.
How is KC? Because I know, like, they've been trying to build it back. It's just been tough. They haven't been able to figure it out. What's going on there? It seems like a lot of nice people as part of the org, but that doesn't necessarily mean you win.
I mean, I don't want to say too much,
Yeah.
free agent. Who knows? You know what happens. But
True.
KC definitely has some. They have some catching up to do.
Okay.
They do. They have some catching up to do, and that's all I can say. They got a young team, though. They got a really young team. That's the main thing. That their team is so young. I think they only have 1 veteran on their team now. Is Salvi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's important that you have guys around because you can you can teach guys the way. They just don't have that there, and it's like so it's not a culture where it's like, oh, you have veteran guys teaching the young guys. This is young guys trying to teach themselves, and they don't know any better. You know what I mean? But they have a long way to go. They got Bobby Witt is leading the charge, and he's a rookie that gets it from day one. His dad was in the league for a long time, so I feel like with him, like he got it from day one. But he's gonna have to lead that team, and it's hard to lead a team when you're all the same age. You can't hold each other accountable because guys are gonna be like, oh well, if you like whatever, you're not my whatever, you're not my dad, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, but they need some leadership in there, and I think they're a ways away, but they're gonna get there though. Their front office is good though. Their front office is good, but they just got a lot of stuff to do.
That's real talk, and honestly, I think a lot of guys are afraid to say anything. But what you said. To me, if I'm the Royals and I truly want to get back to winning a World Series, you got to listen to that. You got to listen to a guy who's coming up through the system with the Reds, peaked as the closer, then, some things kind of didn't go well, then had to reestablish himself. Like, that's how you get better as an organization. Yeah. And I think too many times players are like, oh, I don't want to say anything. The Royals are – neat and they're blue and white. Like that doesn't help anybody.
No,
that doesn't help his buddies who are still there. And so I think,
but they have a great core though. They have a great core. They got Vinny Pasquantino. He's here.
Yep.
But the first day I seen him, I remember somebody was telling us like I didn't know. I seen Bobby Witt and I was like, who's that guy? Whatever. I was like Bobby Witt. I was like, oh cool. He's #1 prospect. Oh sick. Whatever. Cool. But they were like, yeah, Prado's like their next first baseman, and I seen Vinny and him, and I go, Vinny's gonna be Vinny's gonna be the one. Like he's gonna. I guarantee you he's gonna come up because his discipline was very different. Like his makeup was so different. But all their young core, Bobby Witt, Vinny, Prado, MJ
Melendez, yeah.
MJ Melendez, like in the bullpen, you got Dylan Coleman. You know, these guys are gonna shape that team, which I'm excited for, and I'm excited to watch them as they go forward. But like you said, they need to listen to the players more, and they'll be all right. You know, they're gonna take their lumps right now. They're young, but if you're just, you know, you're trying to get better and progressing, you know, that's like last year, losing all the time. You just got to trust the process, you know, and that's all you can do. Like with a team like that, if you're losing a lot, you got to stay true to what you're doing. You got to stay true to the work, and you got to just trust the process and, you know, just keep believing and working hard. That's all you can do.
Are you excited to be, obviously we're not going to get into the nitty gritty on it, but are you excited to be a free agent? Like, will you just kick back and be like, hey, call me when you got something good? Or are you like locked in? You're like,
so my situation was different, right? So I got DFA'd last year.
Yeah.
When I was pitching good, but that's just the business side of things. Whatever.
You're gonna be fine. Yeah.
Right now, you know, it's like Bronson told me when I was very young, bro. He was like, hey, he was like, baseball comes in so many different waves. Ride every single one, right? And that really took the heart with me. So I was like, dang, I've been good, I've been bad, I've been okay. Like, I was like, I'm riding all these waves. So right now, you know, I'm just sitting back, working hard still, and I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yep.
I got a lot of interest out there, but this is my first time doing this, so I don't know what the interest means, like whatever. But you know, we'll see what it's like, and hopefully I find a good home.
If it comes to January and you don't have a job, are you going to be like?
Then I'm going to be worried. Then
who's going to be more anxious though? Your wife or you?
He's right there.
Probably me,
because
man.
Because my wife was like, we got to find a place to live. Like, we got to get the kids' stuff out there. We had, you know, I had 3 kids. It was like, we got to get it out there for homeschooling, all that stuff. And
right now, it's like I feel like it's a good thing because usually my wife is like that, and I got a daughter. She's 2, and it's like I'm like, babe, we don't have a home yet, so we can't go and book whatever. We can't do that, so we're chilling right now. So
she's fine. Okay,
you know, it's
good.
like a relief on me right now because she's like, oh, we got to get a spring training house usually, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like my head hurts.
I'm
so,
just gonna
enjoy it. Yeah, we're just chilling right now. I'm enjoying being a dad. You know, working out. I'm always ready, so that's not a problem. So I'm interested to see because I really want to get somewhere where I can really show my potential. You know, and that's a good team, a playoff team, hopefully, or just, you know, somebody that needs me, a good clubhouse and stuff like that. So I'll be all right.
You'll be there, dude. We're looking forward to seeing you then in spring training somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Also, the housing, the agents, they figure that out.
That's not gonna be.
That's nothing, right? Nowadays,
sucked.
I know it's annoying, but it gets figured out.
Yeah,
you know,
it always gets figured out.
Yeah.
I never slept in my car.
We got a
Right.
headache. Yeah.
It was
There's
close.
been guys that have been around where they was last minute stuff. They had to do the hotel for a little, and then they figure it out, whatever. But that'll be a good problem.
Yeah, I was kind of sad that Todd didn't come with you guys today.
Yeah, so
Todd
were we.
father.
Huh?
So
Yeah.
were we.
Yeah, why didn't he come?
Yeah, exactly. Why didn't he come?
I don't know. Did we invite him?
You know his nickname is Biscuit. I used to call him Biscuit when I was coming up. Biscuit.
I did not know that.
Biscuit.
You got something
He
good
used
for
to
us?
always talk mess about Rutgers. I'm like, bro, like, you didn't play no basketball. Be quiet.
Did he tell you, like, he's got, so at his studio, he's got his big recruitment letter from UConn.
what
UConn
letter?
Hoops, Connecticut.
Recruitment basketball.
For what? Basketball?
Fact.
He
I
dropped
gotta
like
see
20
this.
a game in whatever high school, because
He dropped 20 a game. Where?
in high school.
Tom's Rivers.
Tom's
This
Rivers,
is
huh?
the best basketball player in
But I
Major League Baseball.
always tell, I'm like, okay, you dropped 20. I'm like, let me see the caliber of players that you were playing against. Or,
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
Todd could probably, he maybe dropped 20, but we don't know the real story of how
It
he got
wasn't
20.
D1 St. John's, right?
He had a nice jumper, but the best basketball player that I played with, Jason Lane. Did you ever meet? I'm
No.
sorry, not
Jason
Lane.
Lane.
No. I'm like, gosh darn it! Now I'm a terrible teammate. Kid that was a prospect with the Royals. Came up, ended up getting about a year with the Braves, with the Royals.
I'm gonna have to
Anyway,
look that one
bad
up.
story.
Good story.
Bad story.
He's
There's
like,
no way he dunks
He's
like
a
Amir.
No, I know. Okay.
Really?
I feel like
I
Amir
can probably
dunked
get
on
up,
Todd
I can
and
probably
just
get up
hang
there
on it.
now, too.
Hell yeah.
I'm down 12 pounds, so I can probably get back up there
Oh,
again.
shit.
I could.
We
There
got to
you
figure
go.
that out. Maybe if we go spring training, wherever you are, we'll find a hoop.
Come on.
And I'll lay one up for you, and you dunk on Todd.
Oh, yeah.
Dunk on Todd.
Tremendous.
Well, easy,
Dunk on
easy work.
Biscuit.
Easy
Oh,
work.
Biscuit.
I'm with him every week, so I'm calling him Biscuit now.
Call him Biscuit.
Hell yeah.
Todd's a good dude, bro.
Well, dude, great. Thank you for swinging by. Appreciate
Thank you guys. This is awesome. That you
Yeah,
guys do
thanks for
us.
supporting what we're
I
doing.
really enjoy watching it. I
Thank
really
you.
do. Good. Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
And we'll come see you in spring training.
Yep.
Cheers. All right, so everyone, we appreciate you coming out to watch us here
Do what?
at BetMGM Sportsbook at Mandalay Bay. As you can see, that's where we'll be tomorrow.
love to
We're
have you on
finishing up
during the
here at the Playmakers Classic. We're all gonna, maybe go get a cocktail, hang out with some of the guys here. We'll go grab some more
Like,
guests
even
for
if
us
you wanna,
tomorrow
like-
morning.
like,
But
we'd
look
love to have you on
forward
the show,
tomorrow
but if you
morning
wanna, like,
to
I think
a
you
few
could do
guests
your own
joining
show,
us
too.
live. That includes Cal Raleigh, Cincinnati Red. Will Benton will be with us
These are-
tomorrow morning as well.
these are guys,
And I think
like-
I'm forgetting one or two other people, but check out our socials. And thanks again for hanging out with us in the late night here on the FT Live special from the Playmakers Classic here at Mandalay Bay. All right, that's it, guys. You want to say bye?
We're out.
Say bye, and we're going to go hit the bar.
See you guys tomorrow. This is awesome. Got to see so many people.
Drinks on AJ tonight
Oh, believe
at
it.
this event.
You guys can get all the drinks you want tonight.
Thank you. They're free 99.
Longest
Thanks,
arms in
everyone.
the-
We'll see you in the morning, West Coast time, and for our regular 1 o'clock Eastern slot on FT Live. Bye.